You were listening to chartingwealth.com for Friday, the 2nd of June, 2017. The chart that you see before you, those that are just listening via iTunes, we are looking at an S&P 500 chart. It is a quarterly chart, so once every 3 months it draws a candle. It is a prescient chart. It is unbelievably accurate. It goes back 20 years. Each time there is a crossover on our price percent oscillator was a time for you to either get in the market or get out or short the market. It worked every single time that it told you to do that. All the way up to 2016, and we call that the Trump effect. Very odd. The market started to go down at the beginning of the year and then crossed back over in the first quarter, going up, and has continued to move up that quarter. Very interesting, very unheralded, but I guess most would say what has gone on in the last year is very unheralded. But the Trump effect is the only thing that has actually trumped this chart over 20 solid years. We're going to have a special course on this. Of course, there's not going to be a charge for it, but we're only going to offer this to people who are serious in learning how to use this quarterly chart to actually help you learn how to grow your wealth in the long term. This is not for day traders. This is for people who have significant investment funds. This is for people who are financial advisors and wish to advise their clients. We're not offering this as advice. We're not being paid for this. This is education. We want you to understand how this quarterly chart works, how to read it, how to use it. It is displayed before the people that are watching the video right now. It is truly amazing. And when I said prescient, it predicts the future. It is an amazing, amazing chart. It has worked time and time and time again over the last 20 years, would have gotten you out of the market crashes, would have gotten you into riding the flow up for significant, significant appreciation and wealth increase. So if you're interested in that, here's how you participate. You email us, cw@chartingwealth.com. That's cw@chartingwealth.com. Explain that you are interested. Tell us why you are interested, and we will consider you for the course. Again, there's no charge for it, and it will be important, and it will be valuable for you. So that's all you have to do. Let's jump into the charts today. We're going to quickly go to the weekly chart on the S&P 500. Again, gold, S&P 500 Qs, and the Qs is the NASDAQ 100, and the S&P all up, and TLT bonds down for the day. Again, strong up movement in the S&P 500, up 0.80%. Look at our weekly chart. We are getting very close to crossing over. We may have that confirmed by the end of the week. Those of you who subscribe to our text notification service, you will get that notification if indeed it occurs. How do you participate? Well, of course, you have to sign up. How do you do that? If you are a subscriber to the newsletter, the instructions are on there. Very simple. You just text to the number 33222. It's like a phone number, 33222. I know it's shortened, but it works. You text to that number the word charting wealth. We will sign you up for it. If we do have a confirmed vertical crossover going up on the S&P, we will move our gold vertical crossover from the crossover going down back on the 31st of March over to the end of the week, which would be the 2nd of June, and we will let you know. Has not been confirmed yet, but it does appear that it, and again, it's looked like it a couple of times before, but it does appear to be fairly imminent. So we shall keep an eye on that. What do we see going on our 2-day chart? Well, we are above our recently redrawn 2-day trend line continuing to move up. We had a crossover going up on the 2-day chart back on the 25th. We did not have an entry point. Why? And that was the 25th of May. We did not have an entry point because the weekly chart was still in a confirmed down move. So we'll continue to watch and see what we see there. Going to go back to our weekly chart, move on to the Qs, which we have been in for quite a while. We had that weekly vertical crossover going up back on the 28th. That was April the 28th. Never lost the continued up movement. Things got shaky during the week that ended the 19th of May. But again, we've seen significant price appreciation from an entry point somewhere, in the neighborhood of about 134. And we have seen things from there move up to the high throughout the course of this past week up to 141.90. So again, significant price appreciation. Again, our weekly vertical crossover working beautifully for us. We had, when we look at our 2-day chart, we had a close call to a crossover going down when we had the bump in the market midweek around the 17th, the 2-day candle ending the 17th. We got a spinning top, followed by 2 more days ending on Friday the 19th of May. Some down movement, then the market recovered, shot back up again. And again, our weekly vertical crossover has continued to work. Price movement still above the weekly, and we continue to have up moving candles. Not as strongly up as it had been before, and we were able to connect 3 candles, but we've redrawn our trend line connecting the 2-day candle on the 26th and then on the 1st. So we'll continue to chart what's going on the Qs, but we're happy to see that continued strong up movement in the NASDAQ 100, the tech stocks. Let's next go back to our weekly chart, push through our weekly chart on the Treasury bond, the 20-year Treasury bond. We have a weekly vertical crossover going up all the way back on the 3rd of February. We have our 2-day vertical crossover on the 19th of May. And of course, we have 3 strong candles and strong up movement. When we go to our 2-day chart, we saw that weekly vertical crossover back on the 19th. Market slid sideways a little bit. And then, of course, on that 4-hour chart, after we had our pullback, we had that chart start moving up around the 30th, and we had some good, nice appreciation. A bit of a drop off, but not a crossover going down on that 4-hour chart to date. A bit of a drop off on Thursday the 1st in the morning, and then rebound in the afternoon to some extent, still down 0.20% for the day. So keep your eye on that. Again, we're still above the weekly, still above the 2-day trend line, so we shall continue to focus and see what we see. Okay, folks, now let's go back on our weekly chart. We will take a look at gold. Gold was up just a little bit throughout the course of the day, 0.08%. We, of course, are on an up movement on gold as far as the weekly chart goes and the 2-day chart. And of course, we can take a quick glance at that 2-day chart. That weekly vertical crossover occurred back on the 26th. But of course, our most prescient chart that seems to work for us again and again and again on gold is that 4-hour chart, getting very close to crossing over, going down. Derivative oscillators lost a lot of its energy. Gold, slid sideways for a couple of days, for a day back on Tuesday, the 30th, then bumped up again. And then we had a bit of a down morning on Thursday, the 1st of June, and then a bit of an up afternoon to end up for the day, 0.08%. So continue to watch that 4-hour chart. When it rotates over going down, this 4-hour chart seems to work again and again for us. So see if that occurs, those of you who are in trades on gold. That is where we are as we end the day on Thursday, go into the last day of the week with the new month starting. That is the 2nd of June, Friday. So if you have questions, problems, concerns, of course, let us hear from you. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter where you get our videos every day, plus you get the really important materials that we offer in the show notes, that we offer in the email that we send out. That is the How to Read a Stock Chart video, the link to that. the layout that we use at freestockcharts.com, in addition to our trade worksheet where you keep up with your trades and it helps you analyze what you've done, why you did it, and how you can improve on it, along with our daily market worksheet and our weekly market worksheet. And we have videos that teach you how to use all of those things. God bless you, and those are all available at chartingwealth.com. God bless you. Take care. All the best. Let us hear from you at chartingwealth.com.